Hello, today on the channel we're checking out Blizzard Beach at Walt Disney World in Florida, and we're pretty excited, aren't we? Now on this channel already we've checked out Disney's other water park here, Typhoon Lagoon. This is probably the lesser known and certainly the lesser visited one, and for some reason I'm being attacked. And I don't know, are you okay? Can I finish my intro? She's very excited to get into this. She's never been before. Now, I've been many times, many years ago, but actually just as it happens, the last 4 or 5 times I've been in Florida, this one's closed. It is closed seasonally. They closed this one for 6 months and they closed Typhoon Lagoon for 6 months, and for a period over the summer, the two overlap. So we're lucky enough to be in Florida while the two are both open. So as I mentioned, we've checked out Typhoon Lagoon, and today we're going to go inside and have a look at Blizzard Beach, and check out the big lazy river. So there's all these photo opportunities here with all these props as you arrive through the main turnstiles. The premise for Blizzard Beach is that Florida was hit by a freak snowstorm, and the result of what you're going to see inside Blizzard Beach is a consequence of the good weather returning, and the frozen beach, the frozen Blizzard Beach, is now beginning to melt and thaw away, and that's the whole theme, and you'll see it sprinkled right through the park. Okay, I'm coming. I'm going to be carrying now the whole way up here, is this right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, brilliant.
My shoes.
Great, because you've gone and got sand on your feet already. But you're going to get loads more sand on your feet anyway, so it doesn't matter. And that's why throughout Blizzard Beach you're going to see lots of kind of Christmassy, festive kind of theming throughout, from some of the physical props right down to the music that's playing in the background. You'll have just heard Frosty the Snowman there. And of course the Snowman family and the gator, the skating gator, are some, I've got you, are some of the, here's water, look, you can wash your feet in this water. There's some of the main kind of mascots of this park. So Beach House right here is the merch and beach store, which we'll maybe check out on the way out. But we're keen just to get going and get into the pool here. Now, of course, it's just me and her here today, so we're not going to be doing all the big slides, but I'll certainly show you some of those as we go around the park. But yeah, there's very little I think this one's going to be able to get on, or I'm going to be able or want to get on either. Here's our Snowman family over here. Here's a full resort map. It's pretty much the same size, maybe a bit bigger actually than Typhoon Lagoon. Not a huge wait time today on many of the slides, about 15 minutes, 45 at most for Team Boat Springs, which is a great family flume. And then the lazy river, you can see, a bit like Typhoon Lagoon, goes the whole way around the park. So also here at the entrance you're going to see restrooms and dressing rooms, lockers over here, which we're not going to need. And then there's also some more beach supplies here. Lost children right here, which we hope we don't need to be using today. And yeah, there's some more distractions here as well. Frostbite Freddy's is right here. Oh, I think they've got frozen pina colada. There's certainly strawberry daiquiri, black cherry lemonade, and other things that I would love one of right now. The cooling hut is here. There's a little kiddies area here, which we're maybe going to check. Will we check out Tike's Peak first? Okay, maybe we should check out Tike's Peak first. So yeah, here they've got a collection of little kiddie slides, just about this size, which is just a good size for her. Certainly to start off the day, build up the confidence a little bit. There we go. They've got slightly bigger kid slides just here, which we might try, but I'm just worried that the walkways are quite long up to that, so I'll maybe need to go down with her. Aiden, maybe not right now because I've got my camera and I can't go down with her. And she's going for it. No, Aiden, come here a wee second to tell you. Aiden, if I can't go down there with you because I've got my camera, so if you want to do that one, you'll need to wait till I put my camera back, okay? Right, so don't be going down yet. So stay up here until I put my camera away, because I'll need to go down that with you, otherwise I might lose you. So yeah, the walkway is basically from here the whole way behind this to here, and it's just too long I think to have my eyes off her in a crowded water park when there's just the two of us. Okay, so let's go and play on this little one for now, okay, until I sort myself out. And this is the, yeah, we will go down it, but I will need to also just go down beside her, just so that you're keeping track of them at this age, because they can dart off and disappear. So yeah, ideally you need a parent at the top of the slide and a parent at the bottom of the slide when the kids are this age, but I'm just going to go down. Hopefully I can go down the kids' slides with her or beside her or before or after. I think you can. So this little section, they've introduced a little bit of Disney IP subtly into it, which of course is always a bit of a hit with the kids. I'll just flip the camera. You can see Elsa and Anna over here, and you can see Sven and the prince over here, and lots of little baby Olafs right here. And the Frozen symbols here. Oh, and there's Olaf, big Olaf right there. So we've found a Toddlers tube slide that we really like, and it's pretty much straight on up here. This was about a 15-20 minute wait in a similar kids area in Typhoon Lagoon. So again, back to that what I was saying earlier, I think the crowd sizes are always so much lower in here, so Lizard Beach is always a good option. There we go. She loves this one. Let me guess. Again? Again, yeah. Shocker. That's her favourite. Right, come on. So I've just put my Crocs on. It gets me up and down this path a little bit quicker. And it's quite warm as well. When I say quite warm, the path would scald you. Otherwise, she's okay because she's in and out of the water every 5 seconds at the moment. Yeah, so I'm getting a bit of a workout hopping down this path and these steps. Top to the bottom of the slide. She's enjoying it though.
Wait.
Loves it. This is now the 12th time.
I didn't see that coming. I wasn't prepared.
Yeah, so it's about 12 times she's been up and down on this now. And we're kind of just happy because there's been so much in Disney this time that's freaked her out, especially stuff that spins round and round that's sort of out of her control, like the Mad Hatter's party or the alien twirling saucers. Even those have freaked her out this time, so to find her actually doing something that's bringing her so much happiness is a really nice change. And we're going again. Right.
I wasn't ready for that. I just wasn't ready. I was off my guard. I was thinking of a delicious burrito I got from Chipotle.
Right, this is about the 20th time now, so I've told her after this we are going to explore more of this water park, which just happens to host the world's tallest and fastest free-falling slide called Summit Plummet. And so far, we haven't got beyond this 3-year-old ride. You can usually judge at what capacity the park is by just how many kind of empty rafts are in the lazy river. And you can see like half the rafts going around here have no one in them, maybe even more than half. By comparison, recently in Typhoon Lagoon, again, it was hard to get a raft. You had to sort of wait until one came past, but in here that will not be a problem. So the green slope is home to Summit Plummet, Slusher Gusher and Teamboat Springs. This is excellent for families. I think 8 can get in one of these big rafts. I think it might freak her out a little bit, especially being in with strangers, so we're probably not going to go up there today. And Slusher Gusher, and of course I mentioned Summit Plummet is, well, I'll show you that in a second, but it's extreme as anything gets in Disney. You can go up the steps up onto Mount Gushmore, I think they call it up here. You can maybe just sit in between the trees over there, or else you can get these kind of ski lifts up. I'm going to show her the Ski Patrol training camp. On this channel you might be able to find videos from years and years ago. I brought my own kids here. They were a little bit older than her, so I think this is going to be too big for her. But the Blizzard Beach Ski Patrol training camp, yeah, I'm just a little bit scared about her, especially on my own with her here. Just hard to keep an eye on, so we're going to maybe just skip this one and maybe just try to make it for the pool because she just wants to jump in here. Come on, we're going to the big pool, we'll get in there. So yeah, these ski lifts will take you straight up to the peak up here, And you're going to see this is Summit Plummet, which gives the illusion that you ski off the ski slope here. Of course, in reality, the water slide goes down beneath. And quite considerable force. As I said, it's the tallest and fastest outdoor slide of its type anywhere in the world. I've never done it. I have never had the courage to do it. So there's a couple of other attractions when you get to the top here on this ski lift, including Team Boat Springs, which is personally my favourite. You can see just the edge of it up here. It's just like a family raft. Quite a relaxing little trip down the mountainside, actually right down to the bottom down here you can see. But we'll just watch Summit Plummet here. You see how fast people come jumping out of this. So this is the largest pool in Blizzard Beach, Meltaway Bay. It's basically the centerpiece of the park, and all the attractions and the lazy river goes around this one big body of water here. It has moderate waves, you can see them there, which is fine for kids, and then it also has relaxing periods too. It's different from Typhoon Lagoon in that it doesn't have that ridiculous big tidal wave that comes and washes away everything in its wake every half an hour, which is good just for younger kids or even bigger kids like myself who just don't like that big wave effect they have in Typhoon Lagoon. So if you want to get in a big pool, chill out, enjoy yourself and relax, this is the water park to come to over Typhoon Lagoon, which for me is just a little bit more in the way of thrills. Certainly the big pool is anyway. She seems very happy going in here. Polar Pub right beside Meltaway Bay for all your stronger beverages. We're just looking for something to chill us out right now. Diet Coke will do, or some water. There's a couple of other little stands down here. Come on, what are we doing? Messing around. I smell funnel cakes a mile away. I think that's them in this next stand. Got smoothies and coffees here, which isn't really what we're after either. Where are we going? Just mucking about. Right, this way. Frozen lemonade. Grey Goose. Muffins. Coffees, teas. Come on, Eden. And then we've got candy flosses, cotton candy, bottled water, funnel cake with ice cream and chocolate. Will we get one of these with ice cream and chocolate? Quickly decided against that. I mean, talk about the mouse sticking the arm in. So it was $10 now for the funnel cake, $4 if you want to add ice cream, $2 if you want to add, up this way Eden, $2 if you want to add chocolate. Come on, I still want a drink, come on. She just wants to get back in the water. So that would have been $16. I mean, that's pretty much double what I recall buying the same funnel cake from here the last time I was here. So it's just, talk about sticking the arm in, $16 for a funnel cake. So normally we had to go back to the front entrance just to find some Diet Cokes and things. And show everybody what you got, Aiden. Show everyone what you got. The Mickey sandwich. Now, if you're coming to Blizzard Beach with a bigger party, maybe family, friends, you can rent out these patios. They're all dotted around the perimeter of Blizzard Beach, and of course there'll be an extra cost, and you will need to book these in advance. They come with their own sort of private areas, and I think they might even have some of them private mini fridges, and they've all got these kind of canopies over them so that you can be in the shade. It's really, well, I don't think they're ever worth the money if I'm completely honest, but they really only ever pay for themselves if you plan to be here all day. Obviously we're just coming in for an hour or two for a snoop around and to show you guys around, but if you're going to be in like from 10 in the morning when this place opens through to sort of 7 in the evening, well then having your own sort of designated area for you and your family might be worth it. Now, in terms of depth of Meltaway Bay, actually for the most part it's quite shallow, about 3 or 4 foot. However, out towards the rocks at the back there, it does get up to 6 foot in some places. So it can even be up to over an adult's head out there in its deepest part. But for the most, I would say over 3/4 of it, it's all fairly achievable for kids. And we're going back in again. Yeah, we're going back in again. Off come the Bluey and Bingo Crocs. Here we go. And then we go. And in terms of the wave action, that's really as ferocious as it gets. And with her life jacket on, she just sort of bobs up and down. And she's been fairly chilled with the whole thing. So I would say suitable for kids of any age, possibly. Maybe not ones much smaller than her, because even that light wave action will knock those kids off their feet. But sort of 2.5, 3 and up. You can see she's just fighting a wee bit against it there. But it's compared to Typhoon Lagoon, this is just much tamer, much more my kind of vibe in terms of just being in these places with very young children and being able to keep a check on them. So we had great fun there on the lazy river. As you can see, it's not that crowded at all today, and we went around there at a really nice pace. We did the full kind of mile circuit around the perimeter of the park. And whose house is that over there? Can you remember who lives there? What's his name? The crocodile, but what's he called? He's called the ice skater, and every so often he sneezes, and this water here that comes out of the chimney and lands on both sides of the river is significantly colder than the water that's in the lazy river. So if you're unlucky enough to sort of pass by just as he does that random sneeze like that, you get icy water all over you, which can be a little bit of a cool down on a really hot day. But the clouds come over a little bit today, and the ice skater's sneeze is not really that wanted today. You made me put a float over the top of your head, so she had a little roof over as she went round there. The lazy river is about 2.5 foot the whole way round, so it's really suitable for kids of her age, about her height, and she was in her life jacket. Come on, we're going to take a wee walk around the rest of the park. And there's also a cave section which feels like it's probably longer than it is. She got a bit scared because it gets a little bit dark in there, and again there's some more kind of more cold water comes down from the cave, but it's good fun as well, and there's different little bits of theming and other kind of watery effects as you make your way around the lazy river. So it's not all completely laid back. You need to kind of have your wits about you, and you can enjoy some really great Disney theming as you make your way around here. This is the warming hut, but it's closed. We're coming to the end of the park day here. You can get an idea of the sort of foods you get in here to nibble on as you're drifting around. Barbecue pork sandwich, some salads, turkey and cheese sandwich, and then you've got your usual variety of Mickey lollies, and you're never too far away from being able to get some alcohol. But again, I don't recommend it. There's not too many people here you'll see getting tanked up in a kids water park when you need to have your wits about you. So there's 3 colours that's used to point you to different peaks across the park where you'll know what rides to go on. So we showed you the stuff for Teamboat Springs and Summit Plummet earlier, which is the green slope. On the purple slope, you're going to get the downhill double dipper, which I can show you here, the snowstormers and the toboggan races as well. All going to be a little bit too big for her. Let's go over and have a little look at those. And then there's the runoff rapids over on the red slope. You can see the clock's reset again, and it's a bit of a race to the bottom. I think I would win again. I'd probably come out of here. They're doing it mostly in 7 seconds. I'll probably do it in 5, maybe 4. So over here, she's done this in just shy of 7 seconds, and here's a bit longer, 7.37 seconds. They've got these things now in a lot of water parks which are pretty cool. You just put your tube back in once you've used it, and it takes it automatically to the top on this kind of conveyor belt that goes up the mountain. It gets rid of this thing about having to carry around tubes in theme parks up and down stairs and slides as you go, which is quite handy, and there's not enough of them. I think Volcano Bay over in Universal is probably one of the more advanced water parks of them all now in Orlando, in terms of just sort of applying kind of really good ideas and clever technology as well to how that water park runs. Well, they've got this seating area here that you can sit and spectate. If you've got friends or families coming off any of these 3 slides, I think. Some of them are open, and there's others like this one here in the middle are completely enclosed. I think you can choose which one you want to do when you get up to the top there. Disney just do a great job in what is a flat state, but they create these kind of mountains and hills, and then they build these trees around it, so it looks really natural, like a natural kind of peak. Water's 3 foot, just over 3.5 foot when you get down here, and again they've got the tube drop off where the tubes make their way back up this kind of conveyor belt up to the very top. And there's little kids on that too, so maybe you in a year, maybe 2 years, maybe. We'll see. Yeah, well, it's coming to the end of the day, so they're starting to take all the floats out of the lazy river here, and this is where the floats live for the night, out here, rather than just float around there aimlessly through the night. So they're storing them all here at the back of the park. This is the little cave area at the back of Meltaway Bay that the lazy river runs through. And you can also walk through. There's a pedestrian walkway as well. Remember we were in here earlier? So really good theme. And as you can see, it's a little bit darker in here. Theming completely on point. You're going through this kind of dark, watery cave of sorts. Now that water is colder than the water that's in the lazy river, so again, be warned. Now I'll say this now because I often forget in the summary sometimes when I do these videos, but if you're here visiting Walt Disney World with a ticket that you've bought in the UK or Ireland, it's one of these 14-day tickets that you can use any 14 days in a theme park over the course of an 18-day window. Oh, hidden Mickey right here. Clever one as well. We love that hidden Mickey. Also remember, the price of your ticket includes free entry into the water parks, and those water park entries do not eat into your entitlement for your theme park. So you could visit the theme park, you could visit the water park for 14 days straight, and you could also visit the theme parks for 14 days. They don't eat into your allocation. So that's why I always tell people, don't look past the water parks when you're visiting here, because sometimes people think, well, I don't want to use up one of my theme park days on a water park, or it's just a water park and it's full of slides and it's tacky and there's people carrying floats and tubes around. Disney's water parks, as you have seen hopefully in this video, are not like this. Now this is the exit. Aiden, you can't go into this water. This is the exit for Steamboat Springs, which is just up here. This is the one I was telling you about. That's the family float in the just like that. In fact, that I think 8 can fit in total, and it takes you down on a nice sort of watery decline. Now she can go on it, and kids of all ages can go on it, but she's just not. I don't think we're going to do it this time around. I think maybe next year she'll be confident for it, but this year I just think there'd be too much screaming. We're going to be in there with another family, and it would ruin it on them. I think, I could be wrong because she's good on the wee water slide on her own, but I think this big one here, that's what it is, Aidan, that's the big one we would be in. Safety is a concern, and certainly for me it is, being here today with a 3-year-old on my own. Every single inch of water in this place has eyes on it. Right round that lazy river, you see the attention the lifeguards pay to it to make sure that there's no part of this lazy river doesn't have eyes and ears on it at any given time. These guys you'll see here, they must have about, like, it feels like about 30, maybe more lifeguards the whole way around that lazy river, with every nook and cranny of it covered. That's just the lazy river, not to mention the slides, even the kids slide, the small slide that she was on earlier and that we're hoping to go on again. I think it's around this way, Aidan. Has a supervisor at the top getting the kids in, and a supervisor at the bottom getting the kids off, and that's been really good for me being here on my own today. So it's meant that they've held her at the top. Let me get the 17 steps, I think it is, down to the bottom to wait for her, which has been really quite good. So the staff have been great, and the lifeguards are sprinkled right throughout this. So if that's a concern, it's a little bit of peace of mind, I think, for many parents coming out to a water park in Florida. We're back to where we started the video, in Frozen Land. They never used to have Elsa and Anna here and Olaf, but they've obviously added them in. Why wouldn't you? Of course, it fits the theme of Blizzard Beach and the story really well. And I think we're going to go in here and just do a few final little slides today. Oh, shoes just kicked off and off she goes. There we go. Laughing all the way down.
That's your challenge for him. Stop!
Yeah.
You managed to catch me at the right time. I wasn't ready for that, man. I was not ready. I looked at him. When you look familiar, I'm like, you.
It's back again. All right, go. Oh. You're all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's okay. And that wasn't supposed to happen. Oh dear. What happened? What happened? You went down it the wrong way. You're supposed to sit down in your bum. Right, let's see if she does it properly this time. It didn't put her off, but yeah, we got it proper this time. So that's our day at Blizzard Beach, and with a 3-year-old, yeah, it's been a bit of handling, especially on your own, but she loved those little slides there. She could have been on them all day. They've worked some of the Frozen IP into that little Tike's kiddie area, which was really clever, and a lot of the music from the Frozen soundtrack was playing as well, so that kept her amused. The big wave pool as well was good, not as ferocious as Typhoon Lagoon, which was good for her age, and also the lazy river was enough actually for us to fill out the entire day here without having to worry about any of those big slides up in any of the 3 mountain peaks in there. If you've got kids or just adults who are more into that, well then absolutely those are worth checking out, but if it's for ones of just her age, you can still have a pretty full day here at Blizzard Beach. So if the Disney water parks is included in your UK Ireland ticket, absolutely do visit. As a standalone, actually yeah, today, I mean, it might have been worth the money. Those tickets can usually cost in the upwards of $100 plus, depending on the time of the year and whether it's Blizzard Beach or Typhoon Lagoon. But we had a good day, didn't we? We enjoyed it. How many slides how many times did you go on the slide? That many. Yeah, there's not enough fingers on the one hand. I remember bringing my kids here 15 odd years ago, and you know, Blizzard Beach is a classic. A lot of it is the same. It's interesting to see some of the Frozen movie stuff beginning to work its way into that park, but it's certainly my favourite over Typhoon Lagoon. If you've got to choose between the two, I think I picked this one simply because it feels like Typhoon Lagoon gets the biggest crowds. It's the oldest water park that Disney still have, so it's kind of the original. It doesn't make it the best. I think they're much of a muchness outside of Typhoon Lagoon's massive Typhoon wave pool.
That's on the wall. That's on.
What?
That's the car.
That's the sheriff.
That's a car.
That's the policeman. The sheriff's here. Anyway, as I was saying, if you're not fussed on the big wave pool of Typhoon Lagoon, I think Blizzard Beach is worth it. It's not quite as central. It's closer to Animal Kingdom, whereas Typhoon Lagoon is down more at the Disney Springs end of Disney World. And you do have, and again, some of your times your UK ticket can include this as an add-on. You've got Disney's Winter Summerland miniature golf, which we've played a few rounds of in there, which is a bit of a crack, and it's never usually that busy either. Thank you for watching. As always, if these videos are useful or you get anything from them, do like and subscribe. There's a load more on this channel just like this that hopefully you'll find useful, including our day at Typhoon Lagoon. And you can see how that differs, although I had a bit more help and support with me that day, so it made it a little bit easier with kids on the day. And a whole pile of content from around Disney World, the theme parks, and across Ireland as well. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.